Lions TV, sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited. They are owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors on the back balls behind me. If you're going to do a bit of business, then please keep it in the Millwall family and check out all of their website links in the description below. This is a midweek roundup where we're going to cover a few things. We're going to cover Tuesday's shit show, which probably shouldn't take us long, and we're also going to look forward to Saturday's game against Wimbledon in the FA Cup. But yeah, let's start out with Tuesday's game against Wednesday. Today's Thursday, and the starting 11 that Neil Harris picked to start the match. Only one change was made from the team that lost last time out to Swansea. We went back to a 4-4-2. Aidan O'Brien coming up front for Ben Thompson. For me, straight away, wrong on two levels. First being that Thompson should not be getting dropped out of that team before Ryan Leonard should be. And secondly, because I like Aidan, I do. It's a very tough one to explain with Aidan, but he's got no pace, and he's not got a lot of fight and grit like Ben Thompson has got. And for a game at home, I definitely would have left Tomo in. I wouldn't have even gone back to 4-4-2. But anyway, it was Jordan Archer in goal, Marlon Romeo right back, Jake Cooper and Sean Hutchinson centre defence, Murray Wallace left back, Jed Valas right midfield, Ben Marshall left midfield apparently was out there, with Sean Williams and Ryan Leonard alongside him, and up front it was Lee Gregory and, as I've mentioned, the onion bag, Aidan O'Brien. So what can we say about Tuesday? It was not good at all. It was worse than not good. It was bad, and I think I'll go straight to it. It's just popped into my head. If you watch our fan reaction VT that Connor and Joe did, Joe says, like, people are getting excited when we're getting near to the goal. Why? And I think that's how desperate it's become. But I agree with him. Like, we'll force a corner and people go nuts because we think, we could possibly score a goal. We haven't scored a goal since we knocked Everton out of the FA Cup, which is, again, it's just strange for me, from here to there and back again. It's just, how can you go from, they should be buzzing, they should still be running off the adrenaline of the Everton game to not, we haven't even created chances. We created hardly any chances in the first half. We had a good 10-minute period. I think it was between about the 30th minute and the 40th minute. We had a good period. We knocked the ball about a little bit, and we got some chances into the box. Their goalkeeper reminded me a bit of the David De Gea incident for against Spurs the other week. I don't know if anyone saw it on Super Sunday, but Man United beat Spurs 1-0. David De Gea made about 15 saves, but they was all straight at him. Now, is that bad shooting? Is it good positioning from the keeper? I'm not sure. On that note, we did have the better of the game, but what people need to realise is Sheffield Wednesday are 11 points in front of us and had absolutely fucking no interest in crossing the halfway line. They've come for a point, they've got their point, and what they'll do is, like many teams do when they come, they sit, and if any team comes to Millwall and sits, you'll get a result. So I've just grassed us up, but sorry, that's what'll happen, because when we go forward, we can't break teams down because we haven't got enough ideas. I want to know what's going on in training. That's the question I'd want to ask as a fan. What are they practicing? There's only so many times you can practice that long diag, honestly. So the first half, not good. Into the second half, again, we had another good 10-minute period, but that was right towards the end of the game. Lee Gregory was offside, forced a great save from Lee Westwood, their goalkeeper. Is it Lee Westwood? Is he a goal for it? It might be Kieran Westwood. It don't matter. The geezer saved the ball. So yeah, again, you're struggling for a goal, and what do? You bring on Steve Morrison, and the man's a club legend, and I ain't going to him off, but he shouldn't be anywhere near it now. Absolutely nowhere near it. It's not fair on him as well. It's not fair what we're doing to him, because we're sticking him on in a crisis, solely dependent on him winning the long balls, which he now cannot win. And it's just too much pressure on the man. He's now taking the brunt of it because of we've got no other ideas. Ben Marshall was non-existent. I liked Fergie when he came on. He just signed the new contract. And again, he blocked me on Twitter ages ago, Shane Ferguson. I don't know why, because I never slagged him off personally. I just said I didn't rate him as a footballer. But he's turned it round, looked good when he come on. And for me, he needs to be in the starting lineup somewhere, because Ben Marshall was elusive. Ryan Leonard, he's got nothing. I don't know what he's got in his game. Honestly, I don't want to be harsh, but I just call it how I see it. He done nothing. The only three players, well, four, because Gregory runs his bollocks off, and again, if he gets a chance, he might take a few. But the three players, aside from Gregory, in our side that are willing to try something other than a 2-yard pass was Marlon Romeo, who's brilliant attacking, as we know. Jed Wallace, and it was Jed's off day, and I feel for Jed because he's out wide, and I think he's getting frustrated out wide. I think when he gets the ball, he knows he's one of the few that can make things happen, and he needs to make things happen, so he tries to overdo it maybe with his first pass. get him central, right? Get the pressure off him a bit. But again, he's got the bollocks to try stuff. So that if it does come off, we unlock a door, we could score a goal. Jed could get the ball and give it 2 yards like Tony Cliff does, like Leonard does, like a lot of them are doing. You know, again, Sean Williams is the exception for me in midfield as well, because he knocks the long range passes. He's not afraid. He's confident on the ball enough to try something, try a through ball, try a long ball over the top that may come off, even for Gregory. And if it doesn't come off, they look like they're playing shit. But at least they're trying to take responsibility in the match, not like a lot of other players. So we've drawn a game 0-0. Let's wrap that up there. I can't bother to go any more about that. It was painful to watch in times. Joe was right again on his post-match. It was like trying to eat soup with a fork, as Matt the Mod rightly said. I'll always back Neil Harris, and I'm getting shit for it now, but I'll get shit anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I say he's good, he's bad, or indifferent. I'll get shit. That's part and parcel of having a YouTube channel. But I've always backed Harris, and I will always continue to back Harris. And the reasons why is this, don't look at him, don't judge him on now. Judge him on what he's done in his managerial career for us. Wembley the first season, at the first time of asking, which isn't easy. Promotion the second season, as well as FA Cup quarter-final. Last season, our best finish in the Championship for God knows how many years, 8th. Okay, now at the minute, as I said, this is supporting a football club now. This isn't being a fan. This is getting off your fucking seat in your house and going to the Den or to away games and backing your football club, because anyone can go wrong when it's going good. Now, it's not going good, but with Harris, I think if you get to the end of the season and we've beaten Wimbledon Saturday and we've survived in the Championship, you've got to say that's another good season. You have to. But despite me backing him, and despite me, we'll always back him, our tactics ain't fantastic. We all know that. But I said, look at the bigger picture, look at the final outcome of this season and then judge Harris. But he's absolutely buried himself Tuesday. I can't defend it. I don't know what he's watching. His post-match comments have shocked me. To say that we was outstanding in the first half, he's not helped himself, and he's not helping anyone really, because the fans are getting up with that, because it's obviously complete bollocks. And if I was a player and I played in that team, I'd be thinking, really? Or luckily I've got away with one there. The manager ain't noticed I've had a terrible game, because you just can't say that. You can't say it was outstanding. It was, if I was there and Harris was there and he says it's outstanding and I says it wasn't, then who's to know? The crowd was shit, don't get me wrong. What was there, 10,000 of us there? We've all fucking seen it was shit. Steve Brewster said it was shit. It wasn't a good game of football yet again. And he's buried himself there. He's buried the players previously and said some of the players I've got ain't up to it. For me, if I was Harris, what I would say to the fans is this: don't judge me on what's happening now. Judge me at the end of the season, because I will keep us up. Also, please take into consideration that we are on a small budget in this league, but I believe that I will turn it round. I may not have the players to turn it round, but I've tried to get in players and I wasn't able to, and we're working as hard as we can on the training pitch to rectify this. That's all you've got to say. To say we was outstanding, honestly, sorry Gaffer, because I know you do watch sometimes, it's absolute bullshit. So that's done and dusted. Let's move on to Saturday, a welcome or could be unwelcome break from the league. We are away to AFC Wimbledon in the 5th round of the FA Cup. I am one of the lucky 750 or unlucky 750. I did get a ticket for the match, as well as me, so we'll be heading down there with a couple of boys from Lions TV, so there'll be some content going out. If you didn't get a ticket for the game, it is on Beanbag in the exec lounge at the Den, which is now sold out, and it is also available on the brand spanking new big screen they've got in the corner. So if you want to watch the game, you'll be able to watch it. And our team news for Saturday is thus. Nicked a tweet off Jake Sanders earlier. Good little Twitter account he's got there. Jake Sanders, like him. He had a chat with Harris earlier today. Tom Elliott's back from his dislocated shoulder, but he's got a viral infection of some sort, so he's not fit for Saturday. Obviously, Lee Gregory went off on Tuesday, and I think that's a bit of cramp, but he needs to be assessed. I'm pretty sure he'll be fit. If he's not fit, and I've missed this out from the post-match, then I'd play Fred. I know Fred tackled himself and fell over, and I was really hoping he'd do something out. I was really gunning for Fred to do the business when he came on, but his pace frightens people, and if he ain't kicked a football in a first team game for 6 weeks, you can't blame him for tripping over. If he's 10 games in, he's tripping over, then get the firing squad out. But I would start Fred, especially against the League One side. I would play 4-5-1. I'd play Gregors up top. I'd play Jed central and Fred in his place. I'd also bring Fergie in at left back, as I've said before, I'll go for the juggler of Wimbledon. They are managed by, of course, Wally Downs now. Not their first manager of the season, but Neil Ardley fucked off. So Wally Downs has come in once again to be part of which once was the crazy gang. They are absolutely rock bottom of League One. So, we should be beating them. On the flip side of that, let's not forget, let's actually enjoy that they knocked out West Ham in the last round 4-2 at their ground, which name escapes me. It's a ground share with Kingstonian. It's an absolute shit tip. It's like Welling's ground, so it won't be a good surface. I wouldn't have thought. Not that really matters to us because we don't play a lot of football. It's going to be a very boggy, very edgy, physical game, in my opinion, and I've got a horrible feeling that we're going to lose the game. That's all I'm going to say. But we shouldn't be. We should be winning this game. We should be going on to the next round of the Cup. And I've been saying for ages, I want Chelsea, I want Man City. I definitely don't want Man City. I've seen what they've been doing to teams. Not only they pulled Burton apart 9-0, they've absolutely tore Chelsea and who won the weekend. So keep us well away from Man City. We are 2 games away from Wembley. So if we beat, I was going to say Man City. So if we beat Wimbledon Saturday, again, a game against a League One side or a Championship side, we could be back at Wembley, we could be safe, Neil Harris could be renamed King. So let's hope we can take this Saturday as a welcome distraction, do the business and get back to winning ways. So that is your lot for this midweek roundup. Before I go, shameless plug, I've got a new YouTube channel I've just started out. It launches tonight at 8 PM. I'll put the channel link in the description below. It is a channel solely based and for the Championship. That is it, no other leagues. It's not a Millwall channel. Lions TV, of course, will continue. Don't cry your eyes out just yet. Please subscribe. As I said, we're launching tonight with a trailer at 8 o'clock. There's going to be preview shows, there's going to be results roundup shows, and hopefully, if I can get my mate on board, there could be a podcast if you're watching Elliot. But that's your lot for this midweek roundup. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you're going to Wimbledon Saturday, I'll see you there on the Rattler, in the pub, or maybe in the ground. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.